Habari gani familia angu, karibu niombani kwangu, mtoto wajuku, mimi ni Babu Eli-Ben-Eli. How are all of you? I hope all of you are fine. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am very, very happy today. Today I have done something which, for me is a big deal. I've had this channel for a while, and there was a time when it had a lot of subscribers, but things happened. And now I'm back to 502. On the road to 1,000. Yay! It couldn't have happened without you. I'm incredibly grateful, and please, let's keep up let's keep it up. Let's keep growing the channel. Let's keep helping your Grandpa Eli help you. And I love each and every one of you. If there's anything that I can do for you, I will gladly do it. I was watching something that really, really amused me. My Toto, my Wajuku, only Mawira was at the the clay bath, and first he did himself, and then he had these women there with him. And how can I explain the way that I see it? There were a lot of these women that are too young. They're beautiful looking. These African young ladies are completely beautiful, but it's like some of them are a little young for me. The women that he had today, there were about 4 or 5 of them at different points. These were more mature looking ladies, and my God, were they beautiful. Mawira single-handedly may do something that I think is remarkable, and that is that he may redeem the whole idea of a clay bath. It's like he's a good kid. He seems to have a really, really good personality, and it comes across. It comes across. He's not a schemer. He's not he's just a good person. But anyway, I'm beginning to see something. When the video of the Gumboot King, Baba Maura, Oga Maura, first came out, when the video of him having his hair washed, very few people reacted on it, but apparently people have reacted to those of us who are on here who saw that video and were like, my God, my God. I'm convinced that there were dead insects floating in that water. It was, oh my gosh. It was the nastiest thing that I have ever seen. And, that's the remarkable aspect of people participating in a cult. Those of us that are not there, that are not near Mara, can acknowledge the fact that Paulina, whatever his real name was, the Polish girl that he had his little encounter with in New York City, Paulina said that Mara physically stank. And there's something that Black Beauty keeps commenting on, and that is how he frequently goes to smell his own breath, which implies that he knows that his breath is bad. And then you have the situation with him. It's like there are things you wish that you could unsee. But let me put it to you like this: the majority of Kenyans that I have known the majority of East Africans are very clean people. You know, they're very clean people, the ones I've known here in America. And it's not a good look for Kenya, you know, to have somebody who is holding himself out as some sort of unofficial ambassador of Kenya, being so physically filthy. I mean, ew. But then the other thing that has my attention and is amusing the heck out of me is just how much stuff apparently is happening that we know nothing about. Apparently, what caused Stefan to flee the Thrilla Vida Medellin in Nyabohanset, the Kenyan Manila, was that he woke up in the middle of the night and rain was falling on him. And, you know, apparently that was it. He took off. You'll hear about Mama Maria. Fellow the boy talks about how Mama Maria had, when they were in the old house, they now have moved into the new house, even though it doesn't have any tiles on the floor. The floors has still been finished, and the house needs painting, but other than that, it's in beautiful condition. But when they were in the old house, Mama Maria and the children sometimes would have to wake up in the middle of the night because rain was falling on them, you know. And I'm going to interrupt myself here and say something. Please, if you haven't liked and subscribed this far, please like this video if you're enjoying it. Please subscribe to the channel. Please support the channel, you know, and do whatever you can to help me grow. I'm kind of wondering whether I should say I'm on the road to 1,000. I'm at something like 500 plus a few, and that's remarkable. Just a few weeks ago, I was at about 380 something. So God bless all of you. You people are remarkable. But the thing is that now we have reached that goal, and now the new goal is 1,000. But maybe to make it seem more obtainable, we should say 750. But I'm on the road to 1,000, you know, and I believe that with your help we can accomplish this. But back to what I was saying, Mama Maria is a widow with children who works very hard farming and doing other things to make a living. You know, Mara, on the other hand, claims that he has more money than the president of Kenya. Even for Mama Maria, to tell you the truth, no disrespect to Fellow the Boy. Fellow the Boy is somebody who I have a great deal of respect for. But in the States, if you're in a environment in which water is falling on your head, you know, let's say you're in the woods, you're going to go camping and it's going to rain, and you don't have a big fancy tent, you buy a tarp. Tarps are cheap. If you have a roof that's leaking, you buy a cheap tarp, you cover the roof, and you put rocks on it so that it doesn't blow away. And that stops the water from coming in. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm not an expert in construction like Fellow the Boy, but I'm just saying. The point is that a man who is so rich, like Mara, who travels all over the world, who is boasting about having the best house in Kenya, the most well-known house in Kenya, he's going to be in a house in which his guests are having rain fall through the roof on him, which goes back to the question of him and his engineer. It boggles the mind that the engineer is still there, still walking around. That house is a disaster. I mean, one of the most fundamental things about a house is that it keeps the elements out. If it's cold outside, it keeps you warm. If it's warm outside, it keeps you cold. If it's raining, it keeps the water from falling on you. Otherwise, why have the house? And it's like, I don't know how much is this engineer got paid for doing his work. But if you can do something as basic as building a house, where rain is not coming in and landing on people's head, what have we been doing? And after all the work that they've done, after all the cleanup that they've done, that place is still looks like a mess. No wonder people are fleeing. No wonder people are running away. And recently they've gotten a new a new international visitor. This girl is from Germany. And I'm looking at this girl, and my question is, how much of her coming to Kenya is about her, like a lot of white Europeans and Americans who go to places like Africa, places like Haiti. How much of it is that she wants to visit the Grand Poobah, he who walks tall among the corn, he who redirects the river and creates pools where you can bathe coolly in the mud? How much of it is a matter of all of that stuff? Because, the story that they want you to believe is that these hordes of Americans and Europeans and Orientals are flocking to Nabohanset to sit at the feet of the master, learn from him in his master class. And first of all, you've seen only a handful of them. I haven't seen any Orientals, by the way. That's just me. But if there is one, please in the comments let me know. But I look at that and it's like, I made a comment yesterday and I was playing, but it made me realize that I was saying something that was, kind of true. A master class from the master ass. A master class in how to masturbate is what I'm thinking. Mara is on a tear at the moment. He's running around complaining that his oil has been stolen. And first of all, Mara is a person who has told Rocio Cabrera, the international singer, entertainer, and queen of the Nabohanset, Empress of Magori County, otherwise known as a broke woman who fled Argentina to Mexico and fled Mexico to Kenya, probably avoiding debtors. He was telling her how he doesn't cook, that it's forbidden for Kenyan men to go in the kitchen. Complete and total BS. I have gone to the home of Kenyan men or Kenyan men and women, and the man was in the kitchen cooking along with his wife. Or in the case of some of the single men that I used to know in church, they did their own cooking. They never once mentioned any rubbish about how men are prohibited from entering kitchens and blah, 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 blah. But, it's like, if Marwa never goes into the kitchen, how does he know how much oil is reasonably used by a cook when they're cooking for 15 people and they're being very cautious? But then there's something else that A.M. Carroll said that I fully agree with. If you don't want people who work for you to steal from you and to rob you, make sure that you pay them a fair salary. Make sure that you pay them. You don't have to be Albert Einstein to figure that out. Make sure that people are paid. Make sure that people are supplied with enough money to provide for their wherewithal. Now he's also turning around and accusing I think is one of his cooks from of stealing from him, stealing whatever from him, and it's like when a person has a guilty conscience in psychology, and I'm sure that those of you who have studied psychology will correct me, but there's something called transference. If a man knows that he is deceiving his wife or wives and he's doing stuff that's wrong, a lot of the time, out of guilt, he'll accuse them of doing the same thing. Isn't it amazing that a person who has been talking so much rubbish about a master class from the master ass, teaching people how to do this and do that on YouTube. First of all, it took him forever, to get to 500,000. There have been people that have done it a lot quicker. And my attitude is, if you're claiming that you are this master of Instagram, okay, why did it take you so long to get so many subscribers? Why, it's like Mark Wiens, somebody like Mark Wiens, universally loved. There are a lot of these people who have millions and millions of subscribers who are not considered to be corner, not considered to be shady ladies or shady lady boys. They're honest people and they're respected because they make good videos. If Mara is such a master of making videos and of YouTube, why are his videos such hot messes? Why, in the name of all that's holy, would a man expose himself without his penis in public? The penis is not obvious, or it's not showing, but he urinates in public. Who does that? What kind of a buffoon engages in that kind of behavior? I mean, Mara is a master of nothing, and to me, one of the most telling evidences of the fact that he's surrounded by a cult is this. In cults, there's something called groupthink. That's the way that the cult looks at reality. That's the way that the cult looks at the world. And you cannot contradict them. You cannot persuade them that what they're believing is rubbish. And at the end of the day, they are incapable of seeing that the power that they're attributing to Marwa is something that they already possess. Somebody like me, to be very frank about it, I've dabbled in Facebook, in YouTube and on Facebook. I have a lot of followers on Facebook, but YouTube, until recently, really, is something that I did occasionally, but I really wasn't interested. Lately, I've become very interested. But you know what I have learned that's invaluable? What I need to learn, I learn as I go along. I learn by looking at videos. I learn by asking people. Just like I'm slowly but surely picking up a little Swahili. Bwana asifiwe. Alhamdulillah. Mashallah, too. It's remarkable that I'm picking up any Swahili or Arabic, but I'm picking it up. Experience is the best teacher. The thing is this. If I don't look at myself, if I look at the Facebook universe, there are people with multi-million subscribers who are very, very humble, are not demanding that people pay them money to be taught classes, are not creating a cult around themselves. It's like Mara, the thing is that I don't particularly care about any of that. What I care about are people that are poor, going out and stealing goats and stealing cattle and stealing chickens and selling off their possessions and abandoning, their husbands and their wives and their children to come around a man who, at the end of the day, is nothing more than a glorified scammer and a beggar. You know, I don't mean to sound harsh, but anyway, before I continue, let me once again ask you folks who, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please help me to make it to 1,000. You know, the power that anyone has to help me get to 1,000, to help me get beyond 1,000, to whatever number, is in your hands. You know, you're not offering me a master class in exchange for your support. All that you have to do is hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. You know, hit the subscribe button and look at my videos and everything. But you know, you people are the ones with the power to make somebody's channel successful or not. Not any would-be guru, self-styled king, self-styled teacher or master. Master of what? I mean, like I said, I'm looking at that house that's supposed to be celebrated. The house is leaky. The house, you know, you kind of have a feeling that all that it would take is a couple of good strong winds, and some of those windows would blow out and the house would begin to fall apart. It already is falling apart. Cracks on the wall of a new house. Old houses have cracks in the wall. If a house has just been built and it has cracks in the wall, that means that it wasn't well built at all. You know, but once again, my dear brothers and sisters, familia Angu, Nakupenda, I love all of you, and I thank all of you for helping me get to 500. And I'm gonna do a little bit of celebrating. My idea of doing a little bit of celebrating is I'm gonna raise a glass of water, you know, in honor of you people. And you know, I'm just in a very, very grateful state of mind. But you know what, brothers and sisters, when the work begins, it's not the time to take a break. Okay, and I don't believe in having celebrations over things that are mileposts, but they're not an indication that I'm ready to stop doing what I have to do. I have to keep making videos, and I have to keep asking all of you to please support me, because at the end of the day, without your support, I won't have a channel. God bless each and every one of you, and I don't know if you celebrate, Judeo-Sufism, Judeo-Islam, or whether you are celebrating the Christian holidays. I don't know what you celebrate, but whatever you celebrate, I'm hoping that you're having a joyous season, you know, and don't fly halfway around the country to sit at the feet of a self-styled guru. Visit your families, visit your mother, visit your brothers and sisters, and enjoy that, because in the end, that's all about what it's about. You know, the morals of this world will come and go, but in the long run, your family, your blood, the people that love you, they're the ones that really, really, really matter. So God bless each and every one of you, and from the deepest, deepest, deepest part of my heart, I thank all of the people who have subscribed to my channel, the new subscribers, the old subscribers. I thank all of the people who make comments and offer me encouragement, offer me advice. Please excuse me that the speaking and the images can be out of sync. It's something that I'm working on. I'm not an expert on YouTube or anything, you know, but I really, really, really appreciate all of you. God bless you. Have a great day. Go ahead.